I'm continuing my search for some great places to stay on holiday. As well as taking a look inside some very different holiday homes, I'll be meeting holidaymakers already enjoying their great British getaway.
Next, we're heading to South Wales and the small town of Walwyn's Castle, which is just inside Pembrokeshire Coast National Park. Breathtaking at any time of year, even when it's being buffeted by the summer rains, there are over 180 miles of walks around headlands and beaches. We're here visiting Rosemore, a 35-acre estate that's home to 9 child-friendly holiday cottages. They're owned by John and Jackie Jansen, a workaholic couple. They had a hankering to change their lifestyles in 1997, and after holidaying in Britain, came across this place, upped sticks and bought the estate, lock, stock and barrel.
I like living here. I like the space around me and the freedom.
The couple work tirelessly on the upkeep of the cottages, but enjoy every minute of it.
It still happens at lunchtime we go out and sit on the front lawn with our sandwich and we say, we used to go on holiday for this. It's a very pleasant way of making your living because you are on holiday while you're working.
The properties range from this single-bedroomed rose cottage sleeping 2, which is priced at around £250 a week in low season, through to the family-sized first cottage, which is priced at around £300 a week. Jackie is going to guide us around one of their other properties.
Well, this is one of the things we do as part of our job. I made this sign so people knew where to go if they rented a coach house. Right, this is the seating area. It's got a wood burner in it. We always say the wood burner is the best television there is, so it's just for the fun of it. You don't need it because there's underfloor heating in this cottage. The underfloor heating we put in sort of about 10-12 years ago, and I know every inch of this floor because I dug it out. And I really mean by hand. Right, if you go down this hallway, you come into the 3 bedrooms. There's one single there, and there's the main bedroom here. Because it's 3 bedrooms, you can have parents with 1 child and their parents, or you can have a family with 3 children. Outside in the main summer weeks, we often get bird watchers, and there can be 5 adults. So it's very variable, but in 3 bedrooms that does make, well, it's very flexible.
Looking after all those cottages is never ending, but they enjoy it so much that they do most of the building work themselves and have even installed their very own biomass boiler.
Right, well, what I'd like to show you here is our boiler room, which we're really, really proud of. It's a biomass boiler which heats the whole place, and this is where it is. And this is actually the boiler. It looks like an enormously big thing, but it is very, very small if you know that at the same time it heats our own house and 9 cottages. So it heats, all in all, it heats 10 places, hot water and heating. It's been a lot of work, but we think it's well worth it for us, for ourselves, for our guests and for the environment. We don't produce any greenhouse gases or anything, so we're really, really proud of it.
Meanwhile, the workload never lets up, so Jackie tends to her next chores in the greenhouse.
We've got pots in the courtyard, but in the spring we need to replenish them with spring flowers, and now it's autumn. I want to put some autumn flowers there, so that's what I'm doing now. I have to make 6 pots, and then I'll put them there, and then they look nice for the rest of the season till the end of October.
Work never seems to stop for Jackie, who rushes off to her next task, delivering the new autumn flowers. The pace is a bit slower for Rosemore guests, the Cairns family, who head out from their cottage to nearby attraction Picton Castle. Dating back to the 13th century, it was unusually built as a half-fortified manor house and half-medieval castle. Director of the castle, Di Evans, is today's tour guide.
It has to be by guided tour to get around the castle, really, because we're a small team, and so we have trained guides, and so we do guided tours in the afternoons. I mean, it is one of the most gracious and gorgeous stately homes in Pembrokeshire. The castle itself is basically 13th century, but most of the interiors and the furnishings that you see are from the 18th century, when It was the Phillips family's main home, and they're the family who set up the charity in 1987 that now owns it. And as you can see, it's circular. And the reason for that is that it's built in one of the corner towers of the castle. Because it was a house that was not demolished, it was altered. Every room has got something unusual and unexpected in it.
If all that information has made you peckish, you can round it off with a visit to the castle's bistro, followed by a stroll around the idyllic gardens. But what did our holidaymakers think of that?
Very interesting place to go around. See how some people used to live at one time, the kind of things that they had in their homes.
It's nice to find out things that I need to learn about for school.
Well, that seemed a great way to spend a wet afternoon. Back at the estate, it's still all go, as Jackie lovingly tends to her family of chickens. Never happier than beavering away, John enthusiastically maintains one of the child-friendly areas, including a family-friendly seesaw.
Yeah, it's all right.
Just in time for holidaymaker Owen Pritchard and his energetic family. Owen noticed the family-friendliness of the estate and is going to review it for a popular holiday website, which dedicates itself to recommending the best child and parent-friendly holidays around.
We don't really have a checklist when we come round to the sites. We just look at how suitable it is for families with young children.
So no pressure there, John.
There's a lovely play area for the kids. There's a little walled garden, which is just outside the cottage as well, where they've got hens and they're growing loads of fruit, and they've got the fruit trees. And the kids have loved just wandering around, looking at the different animals and wandering off to the park. It's compact, it's got everything you need here. We were asked before we actually arrived what we actually needed to make our stay more comfortable. And it's little things like the gate at the top of the stairs. They offer loads of different things which are ideal, because it's very difficult these days to carry all the paraphernalia that you need with young children with you. I don't think there's anything that I would add to Rosemore. I think it's been fantastic. Very happy.
Sounds like they'll be sad to go.
Thank you so much. We've had a really good time. Yeah, it's been fantastic.
We shall write a very nice review.
Well, that's very kind of you. If you want to, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
And make sure people know about you and know about Pembroke.
Good, wonderful.
Super.
Thank you very much.
More satisfied customers.
Well, the aim is for people to have a good holiday, and they certainly had a good holiday by the sound of it. So that was wonderful.
When you're walking on the site, you hear the kids having fun. You can hear the laughter and the shrieks and the sounds and the. It's lovely.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's good.
But the work isn't over for John and Jackie. They've got to clear paths in their very own nature reserve. Right on the doorstep of the cottages, it covers 25 acres, including a 5-acre lake. It's also home to other families, including badgers, swans, and a varied selection of birds. Ideal for the family and botanists alike, nearly 200 species of flora have been catalogued, including some rare plants.
Well, it's one of the joys of living at Rosemore that we feel very privileged to have this on our doorstep and be responsible to, maintain it for future generations. It's not only for our guests, but locally people really do use them. The paths are really well walked, so it's an asset for everyone living here as well.
Yeah.
Another attraction within the estate's grounds is Walwyn's Castle. Well, there was a castle here, but all that remains of the Norman wooden fort is a large mound of earth that it stood on.
So it is protected, we have to keep it free, and it wasn't a clincher for buying it, but it's mightily nice to have it. We have had people phoning us up asking, could we rent the castle? And then we said, do you like sleeping in the open air? And they said, no, why? I said, well, you would have to sleep in the open air.
Yes, I think I'd stick to the cottages.
We're going the other way. Come on.
Come, Rosia.
Come on. Good girl.
It really is lovely to see two people so happy with the work they do. And after working so hard all day, They certainly deserve a glass of wine while relaxing in these beautiful surroundings.
Well, to get those comments, the ones that we had this morning, that's really the icing on the cake.
It's
lovely.
if a family comes here and is happy, that is really what makes you feel good about yourself, doesn't it?
It does. Yes, it does. Absolutely, it does.
Well,
dear, that's been a good day.
cheers.
Cheers.